This video response is going to go out to Luke Bryan, and that's because you uploaded a music video entitled Most People Are Good. I watched your video, and I also heard your song several times, and I decided to ask you a few questions about your lyrics and to do some commentary about your lyrics. But before I do, anybody that's watching this, I wanted to let you guys know that I have published 5 Kindle books, and you are more than welcome to read any of them. If you are interested, leave a comment down here in the comments below, and I will send you a link to those books. So please, by all means, let me know. Alright, let's get into this, shall we? According to the lyrics, in some ways I have to agree with Luke Bryan when he states that kids should climb trees. But parents need to know that certain trees are poisonous and they should never be touched. And there is no harm in showing children how to spot poison ivy and nests of stinging insects. And why shouldn't parents teach their children how to identify potentially dangerous animals? Just some thought there. Children covering their hands with dirt isn't a problem with me as far as that's concerned. But they should be taught proper hygiene. When you're done playing, clean your hands. And I also believe that we should forgive others that are truly repentant. But if they're not repentant at all, we shouldn't be so quick to forgive them. I also believe in a good work ethic. But if someone isn't paying you what you are truly worth, then you need to find an employer that truly values your work. Of course, you have to see things from an employer's point of view as well. Maybe the person that he's employing or she's employing really doesn't work as well as they think they do. And if they're just constantly on their phones or they're getting distracted somehow and not doing the kind of work that they need to do, just keep that in mind when they ask for a raise or they ask for more hours at work. Especially if they don't show up to their job like they're supposed to. Anyway, I believe that all mothers should be evaluated on a case-by-case basis. I agree that there are many mothers out there who do qualify for sainthood, but I feel like the song lyrics are not completely balanced. Did he ever mention what he considers a mother that doesn't qualify for sainthood? Well, I didn't see anything. Why do you have to attend a ball game on a Friday night? You could attend a movie or some demolition derby or even a dance or even dance the night away at some local club. Maybe you could even attend a concert. In the summertime, the sun sets later in the evening. So why wait until the sun sets to participate in an activity on a Friday night? Or you could find some secluded place, maybe in a wooded area, whatever, and just stare at the stars. Why not be illuminated by the stars? Pretty. Or the moon, you could be illuminated by that. So what about the lyric about you should love who you love? This is not agape love that he has indicated in his lyric. Why would this lyric be problematic? Well, it depends on where you live and in what century you live in as to how problematic this lyric becomes. Let's examine the life and times of people who lived in Judea prior to the 1st century. In those days, unfortunately, women didn't have any rights. That meant that they didn't own anything. Their fathers owned everything until the lady got married. Then her husband owned everything until her male children were considered adults. Then, if the husband passed away, the lady was basically owned by her sons until she passed away. So alternative lifestyles were often frowned upon for that very reason. But what happened in the 1st century? Okay, you're in Judea, now it's the 1st century. There were women that finally got some rights, okay? But this was an agrarian society. In other words, this is a farming community, okay? Now, that meant that everybody had to participate. You couldn't just, there was nothing where you just mined for minerals or something like that. Your job was a farmer. You were to grow crops, and then you were to sell those crops at the market. So everybody had to participate. The more children you had, the better off your farm was, because you would have more workers for the farm. But if something happened to at least one of your kids or more, whether it be war or famine or anything, it was devastating to the family because that was one less person to work on the farm. That's what it was. And that could be very problematic. So because of the environment they were in, well, alternative lifestyles were not well regarded. Okay? I'm sure they happened, but they weren't always the best. Now, of course, in our modern era, things have radically changed. Okay? Robots do most of the manufacturing. Robots do most of the farming. As a matter of fact, you could often find yourself almost alone in your house. You know, you're trying to run a business all by yourself. But here's the thing. When people don't have children, there are problems with managing your estate. Okay? Got to go somewhere. You don't want the government to get a hold of it. At least not all of it. I mean, you have to give them something, but you don't have to give them everything you got. And then you've got the problem of who you're going to talk to. I mean, if you don't have any kids, you obviously aren't going to have any grandkids, so then you're going to be lonely. Very, very lonely. And that's not a good position to be in. So, these kind of problems, that could be created because you decide to pursue an alternative lifestyle. Doesn't always happen that way, but it can. So, it's, getting married is probably one of the best things you can do. If that choice is available to you, and not just getting married, but having kids as well. It really could be. Well, if you don't end up lonely, there you go. Anyway, let's go on. I'm pretty sure you're not referring to Real Streets of Gold, so I'm not really sure what you're referring to. Overall, the song is pretty pleasant to listen to. The lyrics of the song stand out more than the melody or the harmony. Based on the lyrics, however, I have to give this song a C. And that's because it brings up a lot of political topics that's hard to, balance out. So anyway, that's all I've got to say on that one. If you want to answer any of all these questions or do any commentary on any of this, you are welcome to Luke Bryan. You can leave some comments in the comments below. And if you're not Luke Bryan and you're watching this right now, feel free to go over to Luke Bryan's YouTube channel, watch his videos, rate his videos, comment on his videos, subscribe to his channel if you'd like, and more importantly, tell him that the Speed Learner sent you. Alright, I will tell you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned.